Hello and welcome to day 4 of the 30-day Smile Challenge. I spoke about the smile and the effect of the smile on us yesterday. We spoke about how a smile affects our brain, and we spoke about how we can actually use a smile to change our internal state, our mood. Yesterday, we walked around, we looked at things, we looked at people, and just decided to smile from the inside and just change how we felt about the situation, about the day, about the moment. Just change our internal state of mind by putting on that smile. Well, today we're challenging ourselves just a little more because I did say that at the end of this 30-day challenge, we will just see how far each and every one of us got and how that smile that we're putting on every day can help us achieve the goals that we want, can help us just be a happier person. So that's why we're rushing into really challenging ourselves. Now, today we're going to see how a smile can actually affect us in changing the way old emotions, old stories, old experiences that made us sad at a specific time, how we can change them, how we can change them and not allow those old stories to affect us and interfere with our daily lives of today. Because some of the stories, and you know what, each emotion, every emotion is a valid one when it is felt in the appropriate time. But now take, for example, a story that happened 10 years ago. You know what, it could have happened last week or a month ago or a year ago or maybe since my childhood. Whenever it was and whatever it was at that time, if I felt sadness, if I felt sorrow, if I was grieving, it was appropriate. However, now that I'm about to close a deal today, that I'm about to go into a meeting, that I'm about to make an important decision, I cannot allow this emotion to interfere with my internal state. So what happened. And you know what? People say, how can I laugh? How can I smile at something that was really sad? Let's take an example of the death of a loved one. Well, you know what? We're not changing it. We cannot change it, but we can decide two things. We can say, A, we're going to carry that sadness with us our entire lives and allow us to affect us, and that's it, I'm doomed. Or B, I can reframe that memory. I can reframe that experience. I can take away that black frame that made it sad and just put a white, bright frame around it. It's still that same memory, that same experience inside of it. But I choose to change the way I look at it. So let's take that experience of, for example, the death of a loved one. What I can choose to do is give it a new meaning. I can choose to stick and keep the memories of that person alive. Keep the nice memories, the days where we had fun together, where we laughed together. And just take away that moment of sadness. Now, how does that smile help me here? Because it's all about smiling. So just for a moment now, think of something that actually makes you sad. And while you're thinking of it, you might even notice that your entire facial expression is changing. And we're thinking of something, and we're just going into it. And then while you're there, just make that click. Smile. And immediately, notice what happens in that moment of smiling. That's exactly what we spoke about yesterday, that connection of the smile and the brain. That immediate reaction that says, It's okay. Whatever it is okay. Because yes, right now in this moment, I should feel that feeling of being okay. And that feeling of it's okay, that feeling that releases endorphins, the endorphins that is on one hand, a happiness hormone, but also a relaxing hormone, will allow me to actually think, will allow me to actually create new ideas around that picture, to be creative, to find new solutions for whatever that problem was in the past. So, yes, we are looking at it and smiling. That doesn't mean we're ridiculing that person or that problem. That doesn't mean we're ignoring that problem. It only means that we are putting it into a different frame, into one that will serve me now instead of interfering with whatever I'm doing now. So let's take another example of sometimes we have things that are not, maybe a tragedy, an accident, maybe a divorce, a breakup. Think of the things that can be lessons for you. I'm taking those examples because in a case of a death, maybe that's not necessarily a lesson. Here we can just put on that smile and think of the nice memories. In a case where we can actually have lessons out of it, that's what we can do in this new frame with that new meaning. And again, that smile can allow us to go back to feel that moment. Let's take a divorce. The moment that I chose to get married was a yes moment, was a moment where I took a decision that was a good decision for me at that time. Every situation I bought a car. This was a good situation. I made a business decision. It was at that moment, it was a good decision, a good deal that I made. And then that smile can help me stay in that moment of yes, making decisions, and then looking at it from another perspective, seeing what is it that I can learn from it? What went wrong after I made that decision? What choices can I make better next time in the new deal I'm signing right now, in my new relationship, whatever I'm doing in whatever I'm starting to do right now? So taking the lessons and taking the good feelings of then to propel me to the next stage. Again, what does this smile have to do? This smile will actually put your brain in that moment, in that mood, in that internal state where you are able to find solutions, where you're capable of just creating what is good for you. Because from a moment of being happy, you can create more happiness. So think of it. Put yourself, allow your brain to connect, allow that smile to send your brain the message that everything is okay. And allow yourself from that moment of feeling okay, from feeling happy, to take those feelings and create new ones, even better ones. Always smiling. See you tomorrow.